Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jim Vernon Solutions, the Learn HTML tutorial using W3 Schools. We're in the colors chapter and starting the HEX subchapter. If you find HEX values confusing, I strongly recommend you backtrack just one step and look at the RGB series. There are two videos there. This subchapter has the exact same structure as the RGB subchapter. The difference is, instead of RGB values, which are more familiar numbers to most people, going from 256 from 0 to 255 for each color, these numbers in each color go from 00 to FF, and that's known as hexadecimal notation. In fact, if I just look at the slider here, you can see if I go to 00 and all the way to FF, that's the same as 0 and 255. FF in hexadecimal is in fact equivalent to 255. You have to remember there are 16 digits in each place now. Instead of 0 to 9 having 10 digits, it goes 0 to 9, A to F. That's 16 digits. So FF is 15 times 16, or 240, plus 15 for the second F, and that's 255. So you can use the sliders here just as you used them in the previous subchapter. I'm going to focus this just on the try it yourself exercises and show just the slight difference between HEX and RGB. So if we look here, we see the exact same example, and we're going to make the exact same change. The real difference is in syntax. If you remember, background color was followed by the word, or the key RGB, and then parentheses, and then three numbers separated by commas. Now we don't need the RGB. We just put a number sign or a hashtag, and then show the hexadecimal codes. And you'll notice the first one has all red, 0 green, and 0 blue. Second one has 0 red, 0 green, and all blue. The third one we're going to make 00 FF for all green and 00 for no blue. And we'll come back here and do the same thing with what's displayed. And that's exactly what we did in the RGB tutorial, and we got exactly the same result on the right, as you'll see. Okay. Likewise, let's do the shades of gray, try it yourself, and that's the only other try it yourself in here. There isn't anything for the alpha channel in the hex code. And here we wanted to kind of look at the very first one and what happens if we make it all zeros. And I won't bother with the showing the labels first. I did that in the RGB subchapter. And if we make these all Fs, right? So we have no red, no green, no blue, or all red. Whoops, did I get there? Yeah, all red, all green, all blue, where all are maxed. And if we run this, the two ends will be the extremes of black and white. So that wraps up the hex chapter. It did go a little fast, but the only real difference is, instead of expanding these into regular decimal system numbers, we use hexadecimal, and we don't need the RGB code up front. We just use a hashtag or a pound sign, whatever you want to call it. So that wraps up the HEX subchapter, and we'll pick it up next time with HSL, which is a little bit different in how it's oriented.